Hello and welcome to episode 1 of Monifactory. I just got finished recording the prelude to let you all know what's up with all the changes. So if you're curious about what's going on with the pack and like what I've changed from the base pack, make sure to check out that episode. The main thing is we're playing on hard mode and I've added a few mods. For now, we're just going to, I guess, get started with things. I have a few early game plans in mind, but the main one is I guess I'm kind of stuck deciding on if I'd prefer starting off in a pre-built like Lost City tower or if I'd like to find a place off in the distance somewhere, away from the city to start our industry. I don't know. All right, there we go. Sorry, it was taking a while to load. I don't know entirely what you can do with the world gen, so I'm just not going to mess with it. There are a few experimental settings that I'd be interested in. Oh, not experimental, game rules. There we go. For starters, I don't think that we need, where is it? Update fire on. I didn't go with expert mode because I think machine explosions are like annoying. If I was playing a different pack or I guess like if I was playing New Horizons or whatever, I'd be fine with it because that's just kind of the way the pack is made. But here I'm just, I don't know. I don't want to mess with the fire tick stuff. So we'll keep that off. Normally I would turn off mob damages, but hard mode is forced into peaceful mode, so that's not really a concern at all. Aside from that, though, let's just put a seed, I guess. What do we want to do for the seed? Probably just yam, yam, yam. Sure, that works. Generate structures is on. Bonus to chest is off. We are going to turn cheats on just to make sure that if anything happens with glitches or whatever, we can just fix it. I don't want to beat around the bush. I'm not going to cheat, but if it comes to it, I'm not opposed to returning items that get lost for reasons outside of my control. Let's just do I guess EM Fish Season 1. Create new world. There we go. All right. I do know that the world gen takes a little bit of time, so I am going to cut to... Well, I guess it's not taking that long. You can sit with me and watch a number tick up for a few seconds. 30. All right. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, I don't have huge plans yet for a build, but I am probably going to do something away from the city, maybe. I don't know. If I find a cool city that isn't like too densely populated, maybe we'll renovate a city, but I don't know. For the most part, I guess I'd prefer not needing to go to the void world to build anything. Oh my gosh. On top of a building, of course. I'd prefer not having to go to a void world to build anything, but I don't know yet for sure what my thoughts are on that. If we find a good like area for a big base that will make it so we don't have to go to the void world, that'll be pretty nice. But once again, I'm not really committing to anything at the moment with this playthrough when it comes to my final base, so we'll just, we'll play it as we go. Oh my gosh, that's an amazing start. Okay. We already got a backpack. I know that chests are a little more expensive. Is that true? I have played a little bit of this pack on expert mode. Okay, so I guess the chest recipes and probably the other wood recipes aren't going to be that expensive. That makes sense. I'm honestly fine with that. I do want to play GTNH on this channel at some point as well in the future, but for now, let's just kind of get into the swing of playing the pack. I am messing with the controls, of course, to figure out what to do for backpack. Open backpack is set to be like I thought, but something else is set to be that shouldn't be. I guess it's probably make a waypoint. Cycle mode down, no idea what that is. If it is important, we'll figure it out later. Create waypoint, there we go. And create waypoint at cursor, no need. There we go. B is now the only one. It doesn't have the red outline, so awesome. A backpack already, that's amazing. If we could get our hands on a pickaxe to start getting these furnaces, although I imagine maybe the furnaces are also the easy recipes, the non-flint ones, so it shouldn't be a huge concern. Anyway, I'm going to just be looting as we go. Oh, ULV motors, cool. Oh, you use sticky resin to make the conveyors. That's pretty interesting. What about the lead cables? So you do still need rubber to do it, which is fair. But having access to motors early is going to be nice, I think. I think you need steel to make rubber. Well, I guess technically that's actually huge. Getting that 6 steel. This start has been really good already. So the reason why getting that steel is important is because you can make, like, getting glass normally is not exactly easy. You need to use an alloy smelter. Where is it? Metal molding, yeah. Alloy smelter, glass dust, casting mold block. And normally this takes steel. But 6 is actually just enough steel to make one of those once we get a forge hammer. So as soon as we... Oh wow, this is weird world gen. Anyway, as soon as we get into the steam age, we should be able to make anything that involves glass really early, which also means we can make solar boilers early. I think for now, let's just kind of loot chests and talk about plans. So the main thing, okay, the conveyor's awesome as well. The main thing right now, I think, is finding a good place to start setting up a storage area. Just having somewhere to put all of our resources and smelt some stuff up with furnaces is going to be nice. The quests also need to be completed. I know that you get some stuff from the quests that helps you out in the early game, so let's take a second to do this. It doesn't really matter if we're inside because it's peaceful mode, so there's not going to be any monsters. It would be nice to avoid... Let's just actually keep going until the nighttime. That might make more sense. That doesn't matter being hit. There's a lot of clay here, which is really nice. There's no excavator in this pack, right? Okay, that makes sense. What was I saying? I just totally got sidetracked. We want to get a coke oven up quickly to start making charcoal, and we want to find a place that we can put those coke ovens up. I think that's the main thing on my mind right now, and the clay that I just saw is a very good way of obtaining coke. But for the most part, I'm going to try and stick with the quests as we go. Getting our hands on some wood will also be very nice. But yeah, I want to, like I mentioned in the previous episode, I really want to complete all the quests. So if we can just do them as we go, I think that'll be a good way of making sure we don't have to backtrack too much. More stuff. What was... is that potent or wrought iron? Both. Okay, cool. This is actually a pretty cool little building. It's very wide. Is this a 4 wide tower? That's kind of cool. Maybe lingering in that area might not be a bad idea. I see a few 3x3 buildings on the map right now, like something in that direction downwards, south on the minimap, might be a place that we could hole up early game. Let's just go check it out. You know, scout around, see what's going on. I'm gonna just clog up my backpack already. If we can get more backpacks, I don't know how rare a backpack is. Does it tell you? No, okay. Oh, it's not really expensive though. All we need to do is find some cows. We can do that. This is some very hostile architecture. Let's just, I guess, go this way. Okay. Also not a very good way to go. I don't want to break too many windows for no reason. Is there any chest up here? No? Okay. We'll definitely need to go looting at some point. I don't know if that's something I'll do on camera or off camera. I'm not sure how exciting that is to watch, but at the same time, I don't want you guys to think that I cheated in items or anything. This is the way towards, yeah, the 3x3 that I was talking about. It's actually the one right behind this building, right south of it. Well, we just went way too high up. There's no way we survive that fall, right? I am kind of tempted. I really like these buildings for early game stuff, but I don't know. Nothing in this city is really calling to me, and I do see, once again, I'll try and zoom in on it in post, but I see a little like nether portal area over there that I kind of want to check out. So yeah, let's just make our way that way. All right. Eek. Okay. Does the /back command work? It does. I don't know if that's cheating. Okay. From this point forward, I am no longer going to use the /back command, at least until I can confirm that it's something you're supposed to be able to use. One of the mods I wanted to add was Tempad, but I realized that it uses money coins, and I don't know if expert mode has a way to renewably acquire money coins, so I didn't want to use it. How do you make a bed? Is it just the normal recipe? I would assume so, if it's just normal hard mode. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to try and get some wool. All right, there we go. 3 wool and 3 less sheep alive. I don't know. Yeah, we'll make a farm later. I don't think we really need a farm for anything other than maybe leather, but when it comes to Greg Tech, there's like always quirky stuff you can do with like most items, so we'll see. This portal, oh my gosh, wait. Can you use nether portals in this pack, or is it only the cakes? Because if we can use portals, this one is like literally we can just do it. I don't think it works the way that I think it does. I'm pretty sure I've done that before in this pack specifically when I've been played it off on my own time for a little bit, but it would be cool if we could just go to the nether right away. Zinc isn't as hard to get as I initially thought it would be for the Copycats mod. Either way, let's just get a bed going. That is what I'm working on right now. I do want to see if there's a way to make a crafting table on a stick. I would assume not, but you never know. It's worth testing. You can. Oh, sweet. I will definitely take advantage of that. I like setting my crafting table on a stick hotkey to the same one that I have for my AE terminals later, which is Shift E. Let's see if crafting table on a stick, Shift E. No, Shift E. There we go. So now I can just do this and have a crafting table on me at all times. Yeah, we're looking up very quick. We've only been playing for like a couple minutes now, and we're already very nice into the early game. This direction is towards a big river. Um, I don't think we need to go that way just yet. Having this oil here is pretty nice. I honestly am kind of like into the idea of having a base near an oil well, just so that when we get started with oil proc, we just can get it right away. Okay, so I mentioned earlier that I've played this pack a tiny bit in my own time. I've not gotten past the Steam age in this version of the pack, uh, Monifactory specifically, and I know that they are like heavily inspired by the previous ones, Omnifactory and Namifactory. That whole story is very interesting, but either way, uh, they're heavily inspired, but they're not like the same progression, of course, right? So I am not entirely sure like when I get access to what and anything like that. So this is a very like learning experience for me. It's also in beta, like I mentioned. So for all I know, as we're playing, there could be updates that like change heavy amounts of content. Hopefully nothing happens that like ruins anything that we're working on, but we'll see. That looks crazy over there. I am very interested. It's also close to an oil well. We need to get those cows as well. I mentioned that I wanted to do a farm of cows specifically so that I could just make a few backpacks. That would be really nice. Is that's just like a natural bridge over a ravine. That's so cool. I don't know if this is like a place we should build or anything. It doesn't necessarily seem like an amazing location, but it is very interesting world gen. There's also a lot of calcite there. Uh, that's actually something I'm super curious about seeing. Is the blast furnace recipe hard or is it the easy one? Fire bricks. Okay, it's the easy one. That's cool. I guess we can get into steel pretty early. I will say I kind of prefer, I don't know. I do think that there's like maybe a bit of a gap between hard and expert mode that is missing. Like, I think that expert mode having like the harder early game recipes and hard not doesn't make a ton of sense. Of course, I could just enable the harder recipes myself, but I don't know. I kind of want to just play the pack as it is, and I'm not opposed to the idea of the easier stuff early game because I do kind of just want to get to the point where I have AE2 and I can start building. But I don't know. It's just a thought, I guess. I am collecting this rubber tree because rubber wood is very important for the early game. As anyone who's played Greg Tech is probably aware, you need rubber for uh, or sticky resin to make rubber, which is, wow, that tree was going on calcite? That is strange. Is that a thing that can happen in real life too? I don't know. Anyway, I was saying something that was probably important, but I totally got sidetracked. I was saying rubber trees are important because you need them to make rubber, which, like, yeah, obviously. But yeah, sticky resin gets turned into rubber with a bit of sulfur later. And to make those conveyors that we were talking about, we are going to end up needing some rubber. Let's look at the map again to see where we are. Honestly, this area could be interesting to build as well. I don't want to roam too much, and we are at the point where we should, like, we have a bed, so it's never going to be nighttime, so we should just find a spot to sit and look at our quests. I'm going to go run up to that area really quick, and I'll be right back once I'm here. Just, also right here looks cool. Let's go here and see what's up over there. I'll be back in just a moment. These are some ugly trees. Oh my goodness. That's interesting. Damn. What is up with this world gen here? It's like the whole bottom section is gone. Hopefully mining isn't too annoying. I don't know if this is something that's happening, if this is like normal or not, I guess. Anyway, we're not quite where I want it to be yet, so. Oh goodness, there are Shibas here. I don't have any bones on me, do I? Wait. Nice. Okay, well, we have Shibas now. There's also a real Garbane right there, it looks like. This is interesting. Why is there a path already? I'm gonna grab some bamboo. I don't think this place is big enough for what we want, is the problem. Like, unless we're building under the mountain as well, it seems a little cramped, maybe. Although, we could definitely build under the mountain as well. Let's just, check out all our options. I'm gonna cut... Is that cassiterite? No, that's a magnetite vein. I can see the gold. Okay. Damn, there's a lot of andesite here. If this was like an actual create pack. What the heck, Shiba? Do not do that. Transfer items. Okay. If we could get our hands on a saddle, it'd be pretty nice to get a horse. However, we do need to find our way out of this thing, and we do not have a pickaxe. Wait, is the ladder recipe hard, but every other wood recipe isn't? Oh, okay. So apparently there's this is probably a newer thing. Oh no, it's for cork. Okay, that makes sense. These ladders look interesting. Can you do the thing still? Where you have the staggered ones? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. So we just do this, get a few more sticks and a few more birch ladders. And we are out of the pit. Okay. Let's get rid of that no point. Nobody saw that. And we're back. Okay. Hello, sheepas. Okay. Back to what I was doing before all that happened. Let's go. I really haven't played much 1.20. I'm definitely like a 1.12 nostalgia type of person. I play a lot of 1.12 in my spare time. At some point, I definitely want to start a recording for some 1.12 packs, but for now, we're going to be focusing on this one. I'd very much like to play this pack. It seems like a lot of fun. This area is really cool, but also, once again, I do not know if this is a good place to build. I'm kind of into the idea of maybe building here and just having a huge underground bunker. Like, it would probably be obnoxious to build, but at the same time, I'm kind of into it. It's like very scenic up here, and we can come up here to breathe before going down to our machinations below. For now, let's just kind of build at the base. Let's go down this side, and I think this will be nice. Yeah, we'll have to make a nice pathway up here at some point. I really like having clipboards. Is that something I could make easily? I know this one. Oh wait, no, it's just a normal wood plank. Is paper easy? Still need Chad for that, which is sugar cane. We should be able to make a clipboard pretty easily. For now, though, I guess we should just start setting things up here, huh? It doesn't really matter where we put stuff right now, I don't think, because we'll end up moving it eventually anyway. We don't even have a pickaxe yet, so I mean, we can just make one, right? Yeah, okay, perfect. And once again, there's no excavate. Does andesite work as stone? Is that something that they have implemented? I am not sure. Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay. Unless there just aren't stone pickaxes. I mean, that could also be true. Nope, there are. It's just andesite isn't stone. Okay. So I think for now, we should just maybe get some chests going. We have a lot of deforestation to get to. I mentioned earlier, I don't know if, like, create tree farms are a thing. I saw the deployer worked, so maybe. Although I also don't know if they're supposed to work, because I'm pretty sure last time I messed with this pack and I had create installed, there wasn't a recipe for the deployer, but I could also just be like completely misremembering. So we'll see about that, I suppose, as we go. Um, Getting some chests down here. Let's just dump everything in. We will organize in the future. But I think I want to end off this episode now that we have just like a nice little starter place. Once I read out all of the quests in the quest book that we can do, I might get a few of them done as well. Like, I'm not ending the episode just yet. I want to make sure we get some progress, but for the time being, the main thing is let's just say temp home. Once again, we might wind up moving at some point. Like, I don't know for sure what the future holds or anything, but for now, this is a nice, cozy little area for us to just get our, feet on the ground, set up a area to be able to more efficiently make stuff to set up other areas, if that makes sense. But yeah, let's look through the quest book. This pack is in beta, yes. I mentioned this before. Issues are expected. If something's broken, I will be sure to, I'll record it for sure, but also um, if any of you notice anything's wrong or anything like that, be sure to let me know and report it yourself, or I'll report it in my own time. Either way, Genesis. This is the real first quest. It's intended to be played on peaceful. It is in peaceful. It's forced to be in peaceful when you're in hard mode. Readjusting in my chair. We start in the overworld. We get cakes to go to the void world. Again, we could technically start in the void world. I'm just not sure. I don't know. I'm just thinking we could go to the void world if we really wanted to. I haven't actually really done many playthroughs where I start out in the void world. Maybe that's part of the reason I don't like doing the void world, because I need to rebuild infrastructure when I move. I don't know. I'll think about it for sure. I'm not even going to accept these right now because they'll just clutter up our inventory, but the prospector is great to have our hands on. Yeah, if I remember, there's a mode. Yes, here, perfect. It shows us what the veins are and where they generate. So, we need to find the right area to do this where all of the veins will generate. There's a perfect, yeah, if you're standing in the center of a vein, it shows you the 9 quadrants around it. Diamond and coal. Okay. I don't see any amazing veins right now. I do think that the veins in this version of Greg Tech, the modern version, look a lot cooler than the 1.12 version, but they are a chore to mine, in my opinion. But again, I don't mind. We'll get through it, and eventually we'll make miners, so we'll be fine. Cake-based dimensional transit. We can refresh our cakes if we do end up deciding to go with the void world. Drawers. These are great. We'll use them when we can. Use EMI. I think that if you are playing this pack for the first time, you should definitely read this. It's extremely useful information. Just being able to save stuff over here for the future by itself is an amazing resource. And then being able to use or check the uses for stuff is very cool as well. Terminal. This is another very useful item. I don't fully know how this thing works. Oh, this is not what I thought. Why are you jumping off of stuff? Why are you almost dead? I'm recording. Here. And now you can run around. It's fine. Yeah, I have never noticed this before. We'll probably use that, I guess. I kind of like building multiple blocks by hand, so we'll see. Quests are here to help. Highly advised to read. That's what we're doing right now. The first thing that we want to do is get some iron. So I think, okay, we did not come equipped with any tools, at all. And we really want iron. Claim your chunks and invite your teammates. We need to get iron. Is a magnetite vein here? Yeah. So there's a magnetite vein literally right below us. We'll probably just dip down there and get some iron from that. We don't have any cobblestone yet to even make non-wooden pickaxes and furnaces though, so I'm sure once we dig down deep enough we'll find some. Let's put our little bed down as well so that we can set our spawn in case we end up falling to our death for the 3rd time in this peaceful world. 2 is, definitely the end. We'll never die again. Okay, claim your chunks. Useful information as well. Nature's compass. That's actually... I don't know if there's any biomes I should be looking for, but that's a very interesting and compelling thing to see. And the compass recipe is easy, so we could probably do that. Ore doubling, this just basically says don't bother ore doubling until you can make a better way to use a macerator than a single block steam one. It's very slow, so the steam grinder specifically is very nice. Inventory sorting, yes. Discord and GitHub, in case you want to see anything. Renewable production tab, that's this one, right? Yeah, this just shows you all the stuff that you can do renewably. So budding amethyst is something you can get renewably, cobblestone is something you can get renewably, and wood is something you can get renewably, and all these are byproducts that you can get from those things. Very useful information. Progression tab, that's this one. Just shows you all the progress you can do. Leadstone backpack. We will need to upgrade our backpack ASAP. A lot of microverse stuff, automation challenges for the future. Multi-block machine previews. Shift right click a place controller with an empty hand. Oh, cool. And then I assume we can also just use this to do it. I know a lot of the multi-blocks are pretty customizable though, so I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I like building them by hand. Maybe we'll reach a point where we just need to build so many that this will come in useful, but we'll see. Journey map and registering home. If journey map teleportation is disabled, you can still use... Oh. I mean, if your server admin allows it, you can use journey map to create and teleport to waypoints you set. You can access journey map waypoints by hitting the N key. We'll think about it. Like, I don't know. I'm not opposed to the idea of having to walk everywhere, but like, it's not a huge deal. I was going to add the tempad mod just to be able to teleport to places, so I guess I'll wait for a reaction to whether or not I should be allowed to teleport, but I mean, I don't mind either way at the moment. Let's make a wooden hook, actually. I think that's a pretty good starting point now that I'm thinking about it. Having this will be very useful when we're navigating through cities, like those very tall buildings that we couldn't get past without a pickaxe. We won't need a pickaxe in the future either because we'll have a hook. So let's just make some of this stuff. I wonder if it'll let me use my old wooden pickaxe. It does, which means that I'm actually going to go and use this to go get some stone. What do you do? Is it F3? No. Yes, F3G. This is how you show chunk borders. So we just want to make sure we're in the chunk specifically that is the center chunk for the iron mine or the magnetite mine, right? Magnetite's down 2. Okay. So, all right. Let's just mine through this mountain. I think we're going to hollow this thing out at some point anyway, so yeah, here we go. Finally, this Stone Age achievement. I'm hopping out for a quick second just to do this recipe to make some torches for us so that things aren't like turbo dark and hard to see. I'm also just going to plant a ton of these because We'll need them, so might as well, right? Yeah, easy peasy. Back to the mine. Well, maybe not immediately. We can make that wooden pickaxe finally, which means that we can make that wooden hook. What's wrong? Okay, we don't have enough sticks. Boom, okay. Press C to fire. And then Shift C while looking at a hook to retract it, and space to retract all hooks. Cool. It's a little slow, but I mean, of course it is. I'm going to be back in the mines for a bit. I'll be back as soon as I am going to start digging down to the magnetite vein. A nice little cove. We'll go up and see what that's all about in a minute. Is it this one that's the center one, or did I dig past the center one? I probably should have already checked. Yep, this is the center one. Okay. So we need to go... What's the center of the chunk again? Is it like the north... East? Whatever, it doesn't matter. We're just going to go forward 8 and then dig down. 6, 7, 8. Just opening up the mining area a tiny bit. I tend to like building on 3s, so that's why I am not like doing a 2x2 tunnel. Eventually I'm probably just going to hammer this out into like a full tunnel. Either way, we are going to go down nice and slowly. I just realized I've completely forgotten to do my set home command. We're going to have to tunnel back up. Although, I guess, you know, maybe we just are okay with teleporting. I need to be decisive about that. Does it really, like, impact the progression of the peaceful difficulty mod pack if I teleport a tiny bit? I don't know. Anyway, we have made it down, and alongside that we have broke our pickaxe, but luckily we brought the wood with us, so we can just grab some more. I'm going to mine up until I guess this pickaxe broken, and then, you know, we'll cut back in when that's done. Bonk. Alright, it broke. We have a pretty good supply of iron. I would linger down here, but honestly, I'm just going to go back home and make some mining hammers, and then we can continue. So I'll pillar my way back up, and then, yeah, we can start getting some of these quests knocked out. I'm not entirely sure when I want to, like, cut off this first episode. There's a lot of stuff we can do. We've already gotten a lot done as well. I think, generally speaking, I'd like to keep things... What's going on? Are they just, like, upset about the water? Go in. I have no idea what's up with the little woofies. Do they just like the rain? I don't know. Okay, well, whatever. Let's turn off this annoying grid thing and then make some furnaces. I'm a 8 furnace gamer. I like doing things in multiples of 8 because this is a times 64 based game, so it just makes things easier. I assume that we do not have access to making charcoal just yet. Let's look really quick. Charcoal? No. Okay, we will need a coke oven for that. I guess that's a good thing for next episode. I think for now, let's just get this quest done and then this quest and unlock the recipe trees and crafting trees quest. And then we can call it quits for the first episode. We have not very much in terms of burnables. Can we make a good axe? I don't think so. Well, how much in total could we cook with this? We can start this and then go get some trees chopped down. That seems like a fair enough. Them dogs do be barking. All right, there we go. Nice and quiet. Are they okay now? Okay. I am aware of the fact that GregTech axes are cool, so let's grab some flint while the iron that we do have smelts, just so that we can auto chop down those trees. Although I guess we could make an iron axe, maybe? Like an iron GregTech axe. We are going to end up needing gravel anyway, though. So I'm not sure. Doesn't seem like there's very much gravel nearby here. Oh, there's some. That fish scared me. I thought it was I thought it was one of those like serpents from Fire and Ice. I've had so many bad experiences with Fire and Ice monsters. I mean, that's obviously the point of the mod, but like, it doesn't change the fact that it scares me. Even in packs where Fire and Ice is not present, I still get scared of sea serpents jumping out of lakes at me. Although, do sea serpents even spawn in lakes? I don't know. I think they only spawn in ocean biomes. It doesn't change the fact that I got scared. And once again, I forgot to do my set home command, so let's just keep talking about the set home command as we make our way back. More specifically, talk about how I'm going to use the set home command to set my home once I get to my temporary home, so that when I am out and about, I will not forget to set home, or be able to teleport back home instead of having to bunny hop my way back and waste time. All right. Set home. Yeah. So I am aware of the fact that the set home command can be used multiplicatively. Like, there are different set homes that you can set. So, like, let me show you an example of what I mean. If I do set home test right here, and I do /home, I'll go back to where I am there. But then if I do home test, I'll go back there. I am not opposed to the idea of being able to use that for mining. I think that it might make things just like a little less grindy. Grindy in an unfun way. Like, I'm fine with the, like, you know, hours in the mines, collecting resources and all that, but walking back and forth, come on, who has the time for that nowadays? I'm still on the fence about everything in that respect, but we'll see, I suppose. It kind of just depends on my mood at any given time. Sometimes I like walking, so I guess I'm not leaving it off the table, I suppose. Gravel. What was I doing? I was getting this for something. Oh yeah, I remember now. I was going to make an axe, but I used up all my sticks. Does bamboo work as a stick? Nope. Okay. Well, it should. I'm going to go to the far area to grab some wood. All right, the ugly trees. We really only need one. Yeah. I mean, we could have not even broken that piece because we could have just made the axe right away. But see, look. Yeah, nice. Perfect. It just chops the whole tree down, and now we have made a huge leap in progress in regards to tree chopping. That's amazing. We are going to save so much time. I would assume maybe we shouldn't waste our time cutting down those tiny trees when we can get ones that are a little bit meatier. I do recall there being a few spruce trees over in that direction. Did I get some? Oh, I did. Okay. For some reason, I assumed that those trees would drop saplings that grew trees similar to them, which, I mean, they do, but um, these can be still used as normal spruce saplings, which is important. This will spawn podzoil, I'm pretty sure, but I mean, it's nice wood, so I don't really care. We're just going to let that grow and then start doing a bit of deforestation. Um, we have quite a bit of wood. How much? I mean, we're going to need like technically just infinite wood um, because coal is used to smelt everything and will be used as our primary power source early on. Well, I mean, it would be, but technically we can jump to liquid boilers or solar boilers really early now that we have the steel that we found in those chests. Yeah, those steel ingots. I feel like we should probably just skip straight to solar boilers if we can. Though we will need to hit some silver veins for that. All right. Let's do this, and then we can toss our ores in that bottom chest for now. For here, we need 6 per. I mean, this is fine. Whatever. At the end of the day, it'll be fine. We are not going to make these into iron furnaces just yet, I don't think. Although, technically each of them could be turned into an iron furnace with the iron that they have. I'd rather use the iron to make some pickaxes. Or, sorry, not pickaxes, hammers, mining hammers. Yeah, there we go. We can do the iron ingot to, or iron nugget to wrought iron nugget recipe, which will be helpful. I'm going to spend some time organizing these chests while this smelts, so I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, I did not organize the chests at all. Instead, I just added more of them. But the iron is done, so let's put wood in this bottom chest here for now. And we will use the wood as fuel for the wrought iron now. We just need 12 wrought iron, it says, but I'm going to make 24 wrought iron because that'll give me enough to make a wrought iron hammer, which is important. Since the wood recipes for making sticks is unmodified from vanilla Minecraft, sticks are the most efficient way to like make stuff in furnaces without wasting burnable time, I guess. So we're probably just going to be using sticks early game for the most part. What was I doing with this wood? Oh yeah, wrought iron. We said 24, right? I mean, I guess we can just do 32, right? It's not like a huge deal. Having extra is not going to hurt. If anything, it'll just be helpful because we don't have to make more for just that little bit longer. 36 in all of these. Just pop them in. Honestly, wait. Let's just... Okay, so I know this is out of order, right? But the fact that it's even in that order in the first place is kind of whack, since iron furnaces have automatic input and output, I would rather just make the iron furnaces while we can, since I'm gonna have enough to make all the tools that I want. Um, I'm just gonna make one for now, since it's something that I can automate easily, and then later on, I'll definitely expand the array. But yeah, right now we just do this. Let's make a few barrels, I suppose. Can we do it like this and make 3? Yeah, perfect. We do 1 barrel here, 1 here, and 1 here. This allows us to reset all of those. This is input, this is output, and this is fuel input. Auto input's on and auto output's on. That means we can just make a ton of sticks, pop all this in here, and then it'll start cooking for us, which is perfect. It is not going to be as fast as having all of these furnaces up at the same time, but it's important for us to keep at least a little bit of iron for the time being. I guess we can put machines in here. Furnaces are machines. And once again, while this is cooking, I'm going to organize this just a tiny bit. We are going to end up moving all this eventually anyway, so it's not like a huge deal, but it's nice to keep things organized when you can. So yeah, we'll do that. All right, those are organized a little bit. We are going very slow with wrought iron right now, which is a bit of a pain. So I think with that in mind, we're like, the quest is pretty much done. I think I am just gonna say this is the end of the episode. When we come back next episode, I'll have all of this sifted through, and I'll probably just go and chop some more wood, honestly. Either way, thanks for checking out the first episode. I hope you all have a great rest of your day.